Pierre Poilievre just completely destroys Mark Carney's Davos speech, amongst others, and I got a couple of videos here for you. This first one, though, was clipped by Jasmine Lane. I'm sure you guys all know who she is. Just now, conservative leader Pierre Poilievre dismantled the reality behind Mark Carney's Davos speech. Then I got another clip from this speech today to show you as well that I really liked. Now, before we get into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. So let's have a look, and then we'll talk about it.
Engagement. Conservatives stand in favor of a free trade agreement with India and deeper ties with other countries. But diversification must be grounded in realism. Not all partners are interchangeable. The Prime Minister proclaimed in the Davos speech that he wanted a new middle power alliance. Actually, there's nothing new about it at all. We already have that. We've had it for years. In fact, Canada already has free trade with over 50 other countries, and most of them are middle powers. We should look to deepen those relationships, but their markets are already open to us. But the problem, here's the problem, and here's the irony. The problem is not that these countries block our products from coming in, it's that our own government blocks our products from getting out. And that is the major trade barrier. Signing meaningless communiques or more stagecraft masquerading as statecraft won't fix that reality. In fact, some of the worst tariffs imposed on Canada today are those imposed by the government here.
Very well put. Because at the end of the day, a tariff is just a tax, right? Who tariffs this country more than anybody? Our own government does. But that's okay. When a doo-doo paints his face orange, does it though? Now we gotta stick our elbows up, which apparently means nothing.
Slow permits, changing rules, high taxes, outright bans on shipping oil off our northwest BC coast. We have the second slowest building permits anywhere in the OECD. It now takes 19 years to get a mine approved. None of that has changed in the last year. On doit retirer les tarifs.
It's kind of weird when he goes into the French like that. But either way, he's absolutely right. Not to mention, like, we're going to have like a bunch of trade deals or new trade deals with Europe or wherever. You know how much further away those countries are? The further away a country is when you need something, it's going to be more expensive. It's better to get everything we can, well, homegrown or the United States. It's cheaper. And climate activists, it's better for the environment. You'd much rather have things trucked here than shipped via boat. It costs way more fuel to power a boat, especially at those distances. So you'd think you'd like these ideas, but nah, we don't want to deal. I've had liberals say they don't even want to deal with Trump now. Oh, these people. Then I got something here from Mark Nixon. He says, Pierre Poilievre just delivered a powerful speech in Toronto, 1,000 times better than Mark Carney's Davos speech. Instead of providing Canadians with fear porn, he delivered Canadians hope. Power through strength. So let's get into this, then we'll talk about this one after as well.
Nearly 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius delivered a timeless truth. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will have strength. That idea is true not only for people, but also for countries. Canada cannot control decisions made by foreign leaders or words by foreign presidents. We cannot control what global shocks and volatility might happen. But we do control what we do in our own country. We control whether our economy is solid or fragile, whether it is dependent or self-reliant, whether we drift or whether we build. And the lesson in this moment is simple. The path to sovereignty is focusing relentlessly on what is within our power. Canada itself was born from this insight. Ours is a country not built by accident. Confederation was a conscious act of national self-determination, a decision by scattered provinces to unite, to build, to govern themselves rather than to be swallowed up by American annexation. And it wasn't all talk. Yes, the founders met. Yes, they debated. Yes, they agreed. But above all else, They got things done.
See, that's the thing about Pierre Poilievre. Whenever he has a speech, it's always very good because he's a great speaker. You know, his speeches are well written. They're well thought out. He obviously knows a lot about more than I know about history, that's for sure. But see, this is the kind of leadership we need to actually get things done. Because we used to get things done. And that's how you get to a state where, we have functioning highways, hospitals, we build all kinds of houses, different buildings. But then liberal governments get in, at least modern liberal governments get in, and they screw it all up. They spend too much money, they waste our tax dollars, and the conservatives have to get in and clean it up. And the longer the liberals are in, the more of a mess Pierre Poilievre is going to have. And then when Pierre Poilievre doesn't fix everything in 6 months, they go, oh, I thought he was so good. Look, man, Mark Carney's had a year, plus 5 as Trudeau's economic advisor. How is the economy the last 5 years? This guy's got a history of being a banker. What do bankers do? They manage assets. Is Canada a failing asset right now? Yes, it is. What do bankers do with toxic or failing assets? They sell it off. Which is exactly what these liberal morons continue to criticize Pierre Poilievre about. Their mind is just completely ass backwards. But we got to keep making sure that we spread the awareness. We're not going to change a lot of people's minds, but even if you just change a few, especially if they're swing voters, right? You're not going to change a liberal mind, you're going to change swing voters. Those are the minds that need to shift back and realize, hey, Mark Carney is not the guy here. He is not the guy he said he was. He's not the guy they all promised he was. He's a banker. He's here for himself. He's here for his investments. And he's here for Brookfield, for the WEF and Davos. That's it. That's all.